Welcome to the stream, whoever has joined, and I'm so excited to discuss today spoilers for the Core 2021 set. There's one particular card that I'm very excited to talk about, and it's Conclave Mentor. I woke up about half an hour ago to a bunch of messages with this specific card that people were telling me about. And we also have Wildwood Scourge. We will talk about both of these today, as well as the viability of the Abzan Scales, Selesnya Scales, and the Pioneer format. And we'll touch base on the Standard Scales too, since now we have a Hardened Scales effect and Standard. And having Ozolite in Standard as well is going to be an interesting thing to see with the new deck building, I think. So let's jump ahead, reading the card first. Conclave Mentor. So this card is essentially a scale effect, very similar to the Winding Constrictor, and it says that if one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. And also, when a Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to its power. Now there is a slight difference between the Conclave Mentor and the Winding Constrictor, of course. Let me put them side by side. So we have the Winding Constrictor, and we have the Conclave Mentor. And just reading them side by side, you can see that one coherent difference is Winding Constrictor targets all the counters, whereas the Conclave Mentor targets only +1/+1 counters. The other difference is Winding Constrictor also hits artifacts, so Ozolite counters are being targeted by Constrictor effect as well. Conclave Mentor doesn't do that. And the second thing is that when it says counters, this means all the counters are sort of doubled, not really doubled, but we're getting +1 more. That means if we're playing against the Soulscar Mage, the -1 counters are also going to be essentially +1 more -1/-1 counter, which is usually a problem when playing against red and having Winding Constrictor on the board, because all of their burn spells are essentially going to do +1 more damage with the Soulscar Mage on the field. This is not going to be a problem with Conclave Mentor because it says only +1/+1 counters. Now, the second effect on the Winding Constrictor differs from the second effect on the Conclave Mentor. On the Winding Constrictor, we have that whenever we get one or more counters, meaning the player gets counters, we get +1 of those counters. On the Conclave Mentor, we have a die-in effect, which is interesting because even if it dies on its own, we get 2 life. This is great when playing against mono red, as them killing the Conclave Mentor essentially gives us life. And it's awesome, and especially if we can play cards like Rishkar that can put more counters on the Mentor himself, he's gonna give us even more life. So it's interesting to be exploring that scheme as well. And the other card that was spoilered that has +1/+1 counter sub-theme is the Wildwood Scourge. It's a Hydra, which is a 0/0, which is a drawback, but it enters with X +1/+1 counters, and X is whatever you pay for the mana cost on top of the single green. And whenever one or more +1 counters are put on another non-Hydra creature you control, put a +1 counter on this specific creature. So this is interesting, but unfortunately it lacks evasion, like Stonecoil Serpent had, for example, with the protection from multicolored. And it's a decent standard card. I think this is going to see standard play along with the Conclave Mentor. But in a Pioneer, I think it's slightly underpowered. Although it can be explored, I think. And some Hydra-oriented Scales deck, which I'm definitely thinking about building, at least for the casual play, you know? Okay, so this is it for the spoilers, more or less. And since I see this and we definitely need to test it out, I decided instead of doing a leak today, we'll do something different. We'll test out an Abzan Scales deck. including this new card, and since we cannot do it on the Magic Online, we'll do it elsewhere. So this is what I have come up quite a while ago, and I've been testing it out since. And the thing that I had here was 4 Hoatli's Raptors and 4 Collected Companies, which I've now replaced with the Conclave Mentor. But other than that, almost nothing changed in this list with the new Conclave Mentor. But I would like to go through this list, as this is going to be something we're going to be testing today for the majority of the time. We have 4 Avatars of Resolute, we have 4 Experiment ones, and we have 4 Pelt Collectors. This is a basis of the Beaters Scales deck, and I feel like in Abzan it can shine, since we can have an aggro plus the combo here. And the combo being is that we have a Walking Ballista here, and we have a Heliod Sun Crown. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware of the combo that whenever we get life, a counter is getting put on a creature or enchantment we control. And Heliod also gives lifelink. So basically this combos off with Ballista. As long as we have 2 or more counters and we have mana to pay, we can give lifelink to Ballista and we have infinite damage. This combo usually works out really well. And in order to fuel this combo, I have 2 Collected Company. I had 4 before, but since we're adding Conclave Mentor, I'm gonna test out with a number of Collected Companies to play. And I think Collected Company is great here, since we are playing Beater Scales oriented list. It can hit Pelt Collectors, Experiment ones, Avatars of Resolute, Heliods, Hoatli's Raptors, and the Widened Constrictor, and as well the new card Conclave Mentor. That's the majority of our list essentially. The only thing it doesn't hit is the Walking Ballista, but I think it's okay. And I'll only run 2 Dromoka's Command, and the reason for that is since we run Collected Company, I want to minimize the mishits, and we already run 4 Hardened Scales, 2 Azaliths, that's 6 cards that we cannot hit, plus 4 Walking Ballistas, that's 10. And if we add the Collected Companies themselves, that would be 12, plus Dromoka's Command is 14. 14 mishits, and then Lens as well. That means we're gonna have around 1/3 of a chance to hit the card that we need. So out of Collected Company, I would definitely like to see those 2 out of 6 cards, which is exactly 1/3 of a chance to grab the cards that we need. And other than that, the interesting thing to discuss here would be the mana base, of course, because now we cannot just run Blooming Marshes and the Overgrown Tombs, but we have to explore a slightly more viable base, since we have a pretty heavy mana base with the green-black, the white-green, and Dromoka's Command is also white-green. So it's going to be hard to pull off all of these turn to have 2 colors on the board to play these cards. So what are we doing? We are adding the an Avatar of the Resolute is also green-green. So it's pretty mana intensive. So we definitely have to include the mana confluence here, which is going to hurt us with life. But if we're playing against decks like Mono Red and so forth, we do have Conclave Mentor, which, do not forget, gives you life when it dies. So hopefully we can pull this off. Also, we're playing Heliod, and the many times that I tested this Abzan Shell, Heliod was actually providing a ton of life just by activating and putting a lifelink on something that can hit pretty heavy. So Mana Confluence is one card that we include to balance out the mana cost of all these cards, and on top of the Blooming Marsh, I'm including 4 Concealed Courtyards. It's not ideal, but it does give us the black and white. It's possible that we're gonna replace it. It's possible we can shuffle it around, maybe drop it to 2 and so forth. And we'll see. It's still under question, but for now I'm running 4 of these. And we have, of course, in addition to Overgrown Tomb, we have Temple Gardens. As you know, there is no Selesnya fast land like Blooming Marsh and Concealed Courtyard. So right now we have to experiment with what we have, and hopefully Selesnya fast land, which is Razor Verge Thicket, I believe, is gonna get reprinted soon. Last time it was printed was Scars of Meridian, I believe, which was a long time ago. And I'm also having 3 forests. I was thinking about splitting it into forest, plains, and a swamp. But this is mainly for the like Assassin's Trophy, which is gonna kill your land and you have to bring the basic in. But I don't see that many decks running Assassin's Trophy right now and Field of Ruins. So I'm just sticking with 3 forests since that's what we need the most. For the sideboard, this is still floating in the air. There's so many choices since we added another color to the sideboard, to the whole deck. So in the sideboard, I'm running one more Dromoka's command. This is in case I want to take out collected companies. I can put in Dromoka's command, get another prevent all damage if we have a lot of like the Storm's Wrath and so forth, and the dealing damage to every creature. Or maybe the Deafening Clarion, same thing. I have one more Heliod since I'm running only one in the deck. If I'm going to take out Collecting Company, I want to increase my chances for combo. And then for on the draw plays, I definitely want to bring in more Heliods to have that combo available. 3 Scavenging Oozes, of course, this is for the graveyard control. 3 Thought Seizes, this is basic. And 2 Dampen Spheres for the Lotus Breach decks, and maybe also for Phoenix decks. Is it Phoenix? 1 Barrier Breach, mainly for the enchantments, in addition to the Back to Nature, which destroys all enchantments. I like to run some Barrier Breaches for the exile effect, since there are a lot of problematic gods, there are a lot of problematic enchantments overall that cannot be killed. Assassin's Trophy, we're running 2 instead of Abrupt Decays. I like Assassin's Trophy. They're giving opponent a land, but it destroys any permanent. It also kills enchantments. So in total we have 5 enchantment removals and 2 artifact removals here, which I like. And that's essentially it that I have for the Abzan. And I would like to test this out right now and see if we can adjust the numbers here, crunch a bit of what exactly we have to run to make this deck super viable. Maybe we're going to turn into more Atlas Raptors instead of collected companies, or maybe we want to run this on a collected company 4 of shell, which could be interesting. I think it's viable. I ran 4 collected companies and it was great, so there is definitely a chance. So how are we going to be testing this out? So I usually test out decks like this when the new cards come out on the Untap in. It's not ideal, but it does provide me with the information I need. So I have this exact same deck with all the cards I just showed you in here, and we will see if this is gonna work as intended. So let's go ahead and see if we can start a game, find a game that we can play. A lot of people don't like when they see spoilers, so it's always nice to put that we're playing with the spoilers. And let's keep it competitive. I like this platform a lot, especially since it's browser based and you can test it at work. Don't tell my boss. And you can test it anywhere you go, essentially. And it's awesome just to have this available instead of running MTGO, which needs a client, Cockatrice, which also needs a client. This runs on its own. There are slightly larger wait times, but there are plenty of people testing their competitor decks here. Alright, so let's see what we have here. So we drew a hand of 7 while we were waiting for the opponent, just to explore our chances, I guess. So what we have here is 3 pretty good lands, I'm not gonna lie. This is ideal of what I want to see exactly here. Stonecoast Serpent. How did that get there? That's good that I noticed that. Let's see if I missed a card there. It seems like I did. For some reason I do have Stonecoast Serpents here, which I shouldn't have. Sorry guys, let me make sure that I selected the right deck. Oh, I have two, that's why. Yeah, I was testing this out, so I have a couple of different decks in terms of scale decks. I'm guessing one of them just flew by accidentally, and I selected the wrong one. I gotta get rid of that one. We're gonna get the right one. That was a pretty good mana base though, and a starting hand. Having 3 lands with all 3 colors is pretty good. And 2 of them were fast lands, so not even was gonna hurt myself in terms of life. Really hoping we get some matches going. A lot of people are playing standard, as you can see, with the Core 21 test. Alright, this is the deck we want to run. Okay. Interesting start. We got the new card. That's awesome. And we got a pretty good mana base for this specific hand. We don't have black, I know, but we do have Atlas Raptor and Conclave Mentor, which need white, and we have both of these. And we have Experiment 1. So basically Experiment 1 coming in on turn 1. Turn 2 we'll play both Hardened Scales, and turn 3 we play Conclave Mentor, which is gonna put a ton of counters on the Experiment 1. Turn 4, Atlas Raptor, and we even gonna double these counters and make them this even larger. This should be interesting. It's gonna be fantastic, as long as we get a match here, which I really hope for. As for the mana base, it's also viable to go with the Spires of Industry and just run in the Artifact Scales deck list. This way, Spires is gonna produce any color we need, and oh, we got a match. That's awesome. So Untap is weird, just for those who are not familiar with the platform. There is no rule system. I mean, you have to keep track of your own rules. There are a lot of toxic people here, of course, and people who don't know the rules exactly. But hopefully we can have a day without those people today. Alright, so we go in second here. The system automatically determines whose turn it is randomly. We got Fabled Passage turn 1 play. We got a Forest. That's great. So let's play a Forest, tap it for Experiment 1, and pass the turn. Opponent has a response. Of course, he's gonna crack the Fabled Passage. We're gonna see what kind of deck he's playing. Island, most probably control, blue-white control, which is perfect. Alright, opponent draws a card. Land drop, another Fabled Passage. And we see a Witch and a Well. Interesting, a lot of Throne of Eldraine running around here. And opponent is scrying 2 cards. The problem is opponent is scrying right now, but he's gonna have to crack the Fabled Passage. Which means that whatever he scried right now, and he left him on the top, is gonna have to go. That's sort of a misplay, I think. We got a Black Source, pretty good. Play a Temple Garden, we're gonna shock ourselves for 2. We'll play the Scales, and play the second Scales, and we'll go to combat and attack opponent for 1. Past turn, opponent at 19. And end of turn, opponent is gonna crack the Fabled Passage, of course. So now we're pretty set up for the next turn, Conclave Mentor. And we can play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. So we should not be taking any more damage. This is exciting. I'm so excited we got another Scales effect. Oh, and just since I forgot to mention, we're playing 23 lands here. Just for those that are interested. Alright, opponent untaps. He drew a card and Spire of Industry. So opponent is playing the artifacts deck and keeping all this mana open. Something is gonna happen on our turn. Hopefully nothing bad. We got another Huatli's Raptor. That's not bad. It's pretty good as long as our Experiment 1 survives, which I doubt since he has a swamp. Probably gonna get killed. Let's try it out. We'll play Conclave Mentor. See if opponent is gonna respond to this. I don't think he will. So we get 3 counters on the Experiment 1. 4 counters, my bad. Opponent is saying the card is so cool. Well, I can only agree to that. It's definitely cool. Alright, so we got 4 counters on Experiment 1. Let's drop the Overgrown Tomb now right now. Tapped. Go to combat. And attack for 5. Opponent down to 15. And we pass the turn. Pretty explosive turn right now. I like this. Opponent draws a card, untaps his land. Oh, and also there is no timer in this system, so basically you're on your own here. So gotta know your rules pretty well. Blast Zone. So Blast Zone is gonna crack our Hardened Scales right now and the Experiment 1, which is unfortunate, but he loses the land. That is what it is. And he also is gonna lose his Witching Well, since that's gonna hit it too. If that's the way he wants to go. If he does something else and doesn't crack it, well, next time we can play both Huatli's Raptors and we will be ahead of the game a lot. I think that's what's gonna happen right now. He's gonna crack the Blast Zone. Yeah. Alright. We'll save our Experiment 1. Since opponent might not know that Experiment 1 survives. Just gonna let him know right away. Alright. And that's about it that he can do for this turn. It's nice to have the Experiment once. Let's draw a card, a Winding Constrictor. Even better. I like this. Let's pay life for that. We'll play the Winding Constrictor. I like to see both of these in here. Pretty good. And we'll play a Huatli's Raptor. Proliferating this. So it gets 3 counters. We'll go to combat. And we'll hit him for 8. So opponent is gonna go down to 6. And we pass the turn. Hopefully there is no board wipe coming in. Even if there is, we get to save our experiment 1. Hopefully. With the 4 power, so he's gonna go down to 1 next turn, since we can play Hoatli's Raptor. That's a Karn's Bastion. Interesting. Why would you need Karn's Bastion? He might be playing some proliferate deck here too. Taps 4. Loses 1 life. Languish. Okay. I guess Languish is gonna happen. We got this game, opponent conceded. So let's go to game 2. Sideboard. Well, we saw a lot of removal there, mostly. I like to bring in the Assassin's Trophies here, since opponent is running some artifact list, probably combo list. And I think, based on a removal, I do want the other Heliod in the deck too. Okay, that's alright. Let's see, Dromoka's command doesn't really help us, since it only hits enchantments, and it prevents the damage. Languish doesn't really damage stuff. We could play Thought Seizes on the draw, which I think we will. And what are we gonna take out? So we got several different things that we can take out here. We could drop the Dromoka's command here, for sure. I would think that we can drop the Pelt Collectors maybe on the draw. And I don't really want to drop anything else, this is just so perfect. Let's drop 4 Pelt Collectors, I guess. Try it out. Since we are being on the draw, I would like to have these Thought Seizes here. 2 mana Confluences and 2 green-black lands. I got Hardened Scales and Walking Ballistas. Opponent is going to be going first. And I think this is keepable. Watery Grave tapped. And we draw a card. That's Avatar. Not bad. I'll play Bloom and Marsh. Play Hardened Scales and pass. It's an island. We got a Prophetic Prism, so opponent draws a card. And it's also mana fixing right there. Conclave Mentor. Seems decent. Let's play a Mana Confluence. We gotta hit ourselves with 1 here. And play the Conclave Mentor. Pass the turn. Next turn we can play a Ballista, followed by another Ballista the turn afterwards. Hopefully he doesn't have Languish yet, so that we can grow them a little further. Or we can just play 1 Ballista and up it afterwards. This is all gonna depend what he has to play here. Alright, taps 3. Oh, it's Watergrave tapped, and he taps 2 for another Prophetic Prism. Okie dokie. Then it's our turn. So we untap. We draw an Experiment 1. Slight change of plans, but that's okay. We can play Overgrown Tomb, untapped, take 2. Play the experiment one. Take one more from the mana confluence and play Walking Ballista. And the Walking Ballista is gonna enter with 3 counters here. So the Wine Constrictor is also gonna get 3 counters. Not the Wine Constrictor, my bad. Experiment 1. Then we go to combat and hit him for 2. Okay, pass the turn. Alright, upon untaps. Fable Passage cracks it right away. We might see a Languish right now, which is gonna clear up our board, unfortunately. But if it doesn't, I'll be able to play Avatar next turn, which is gonna grow the board a little bit, I guess. Abzan Island. So it's still on the question if he has a board wipe. Island Swamp. Another Prophetic Prism. Okay. Draws another card. And a Glass Casket. What's gonna be the target? So he's gonna exile one of our cards, and I'm highly curious to see what exactly he's gonna target with the Glass Casket. It's gonna be Walking Ballista, so we're gonna take the 3 counters and hit him with those 3 counters in a phase. Since if he exiles it, we cannot get it back, even if we remove the Glass Casket, because it's gonna enter as a 0/0, so it's gonna go straight to graveyard. Then it's our turn, so no board wipe this turn. We'll play our Mana Confluence. We got a Pelt Collector here. So I'm gonna play a Pelt Collector. And I'll also play Avatar, paying 1 life for the Mana Confluence. Avatar is gonna enter with a 1, 2, 3 counters here, which will essentially grow Experiment 1 by 3 counters, and put 3 counters on the Pelt Collector too. And we'll go to combat and hit opponent for 9. He has Languish, it's gonna hit only 2 creatures. He has any other board wipe? Well, that's gonna hurt. But we have Experiment 1 that we can take off 2 counters from. Opponent is asking the rules question about the Avatar, since he's not sure that Experiment 1 is going to trigger, but Avatar enters with the counters, meaning that the trigger from Experiment 1 goes on a stack. Avatar is already a 6-power creature, so he's going to provide counters for the Experiment 1 too. Alright, opponent took 9. We pass the turn now. Opponent is at 6. He still has only 4 mana. And that's a good game. Awesome. Great start. Alrighty. Gotta do some advertisement here, I guess. I guess not. Opponent left. Alrighty, so let's start another game. This is going as well as I expected, actually. And let's just keep going. I like to test it out a little bit more, but so far I like it. This is essentially a slightly more consistent beaters that unfortunately damages us a little bit more, but gives us a combo just in case with Heliot, and it also provides us with another Scales effect, so cannot complain. Alright, let's do another game. Let's see what our opening hand is. Perfect mana base one more time. Actually even better since we're not having mana confluences here. We got 4 Scales effect in opening hand. I think this is gonna be a keep regardless if we go first or second, just because having 4 Scales effect is huge. As soon as we draw at least a single creature, dropping a Widened Constrictor on top of 3 other scale effects is gonna be big. Alright, we got another game. Going first. Opponent is mulliganing down to 6. Opponent is keeping. And we will start with playing Overgrown Tomb. I don't want to give away that we are running white yet. Play the Hardened Scales and pass. Llanowar Elves. So we got Overgrown Tomb, Llanowar Elves. Could be a Scales deck actually. You never know. And it's our turn. We got an Ozolith. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will play a Concealed Courtyard here, followed by a Widened Constrictor, and pass the turn. Mana base so far looks really good. It's gonna be quite expensive to transfer that to the Magic Online just because of the mana confluences. But we will see. Alright, opponent drew another card. He has 2 mana available right now. And he got a Fabled Passage. And then it's our turn. So we untap, draw, we got a Huatli's Raptor. Not really anything super strong here yet. Play a Temple Garden, shock ourselves for 2. And I think we can play a Widened Constrictor now. As well as another Hardened Scales. Go to combat and hit an opponent for 2. Opponent is thinking. Probably has a Fatal Push or something like that. Also, do not forget, Huatli's Raptor has Vigilance. I tend to forget that, so if I do, remind me. Takes the 2, and then we pass the turn. End of turn. Abrupt Decay the Hardened Scales. Sure. Well, that happens. So opponent is playing good old green-black control, I guess. white. It's also Abzan. Drops of planes. That's gonna be interesting. Land of Waste. Taps 4. Pays 1 life for a Questing Beast. Okay, so we take 4 here. And that's okay, I guess. We drew another land. Not ideal. Not perfect at all. I'll drop the Tomb tapped. Pay 1 for Azalet. And we have to pass. Hopefully we draw something like a Walking Ballista, which is gonna enter pretty big. But at least any counter generator would be awesome, or even a Belt Collector. Since we kept the Huatli's Raptor in hand, that would potentially trigger the Evolve triggers on it. It's kind of rough. We kept a lot of Scales effect, but it didn't really have an explosive hand. And seeing Questing Beast on turn 3 is quite scary. Alright, taps of planes. And a swamp that he just dropped. For a Selfless Spirit. And attacks for 4. We'll take the 4. Our turn. Let's see what we draw. Avatar of the Resolute. I guess that's not perfect right now. I think we have to pass here. Playing Huatli's Raptor doesn't really make sense right now, since it cannot block the Questing Beast, and Avatar is just simply going to be a chump blocker yet. Hopefully next turn we get at least something to pump the Avatar. So long as it's not a non-creature or a land, we should be fine. Jamoka's Commander is also pretty good. Sin Collector. So we essentially getting Thought Seized, but not Thought Seized, Durest here, since he cannot grab our creatures here. But that's just about all that he can do here. Collected Company would be pretty good next turn, I think. Not perfect, but I guess it'll be okay, because we hit Ballista. That's a miss, and if we hit just 2 Pelt Collectors, that's also going to be a miss. Alright, opponent is attacking for 6. Down to 2. Now or never. Fabled Passage. And our turn, let's see what we draw. Temple Garden. Well, that's lethal next turn. I guess it's not our day. That's okay, it happens. Let's go to game 2. Opponent won the first game. So game 2, what are we gonna bring in? We will grab a... We are going to be on a play, so I don't want to grab Thought Seizers yet. I might grab the Assassin's Trophies here. And Dromaka's Command. But being on a play, I just want to keep it the way it is. We're testing the main board still. I don't really want to go into sideboarding yet. that much. On a game 3 we will. Being on a play, I want to keep it the way it is. That's a decent hand. I like this. Good mana base. We got a Pellet Collector Experiment 1 and a Conclave Mentor. Seems pretty good. Ooh, we got a Spectator. I guess people are interested and excited for the Core 21 set. Seems like a pretty sick set. Alright, opponent is still sideboarding. And the Spectator left. Yeah, Core 21 is so good. So good. So many good reprints. So many good new cores. Just crazy. It's not broken. And I think that's a good thing. It's not broken, it's just good. I don't think there are going to be many broken cards. It's just there are going to be a lot of decent cards that are going to make the current archetypes more stable, more consistent. I can't wait to play the Core 21. It's going to be great. I'm especially excited for having Scales in Standard. Opponent is still sideboarding, takes his time. Alright, he's done. We're playing first. We'll keep the hand. Wait for the opponent to keep. Opponent is mulliganing. Down to 6. Down to 5. Alright, so he's down to 5. We get to play our Pellet Collector here. I always tend to play Pellet Collector first, since if opponent is going to have Fatal Push turn 1, he's going to push the Pellet Collector and not the Experiment 1, which is always the better choice, since Experiment 1 without counters is highly vulnerable, and if it has counters, it's highly resilient. Alright, draw a card, another Avatar. This is going to be great. We'll play this tapped. Play the Experiment 1. I'll go to combat and I'll hit him for 1. Pretty sure he's not going to block with the Elvish Mystic. Takes the 1 and pass the turn. Temple Garden tapped. Okay, that's our turn. No black source, which is perfect for us. We got a concealed courtyard, so we'll play that. Next one is gonna come in tapped, but it's a concealed courtyard. It doesn't carry green, unfortunately, so we're not gonna be able to play both anyways. For now, we'll play Conclave Mentor, which is gonna put counters on these things. And we can attack for 6 here. And then next turn we can play Avatar. They're gonna go to 5 each. It should be lethal if he's not gonna block, but he's gonna have Elvish Mystic, so they're gonna need around 2 more turns to beat him down. Draws a card. He's pretty behind right now. Abrupt Decays are Conclave Mentor. And that's fine. Okay, it says never mind. Alrighty. He wants to take it back. I'm nice. I'm gonna let him take it back. Phase 4. Plays Siege Rhino. So he gets 3 life, we lose 3. He delays the inevitable, but that's okay. This is a mistake for him, he should have killed this. Now he will suffer. We got an overgrown tomb. Even better. Actually, never mind. Cannot really play this out the way I want to. Play the concealed courtyard tapped here. Avatar. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we can pretty safely attack for 10 here. And I think he has to block this. So if he's gonna kill the Pelt Collector with the Abrupt Decay, takes the 10. Wow. Alright. That's nice. If Abrupt Decays this, Avatar of the Resolute is gonna come in with 3 counters next turn. I missed the counter. Alright. So he's gonna enter with 3 if he removes one of these. That's gonna be 6 power, so it's still gonna pump the Experiment 1, so you're still okay here. We are forcing the blocks next turn. Siege Rhino is great. I mean, we can technically play it in our deck too, but it's on a high end, which means we're gonna have to take out the Collected Company, and it doesn't really do anything with counters. But one other card which I forgot that we can actually include and test out is gonna be Basri. Now having access to white, double white is not that bad. Taps 2, that's gonna be Abrupt Decay on the Pelt Collector, sure. So that's gonna happen. And Voice of Resurgence. Okay. Draw a card. That's a Hardened Scales. So I'll definitely shock this in. Play the Hardened Scales. And I'll play the Avatar, which is gonna enter with 4 counters here. And this is gonna get 3 counters. And then we go to combat. And we could attack with the team here. That's 6, 14, 16. And one of them has Trample. So he has to block the Siege Rhino. Using the Siege Rhino, he has to block the Avatar. And the other 2 are gonna block here. So he will get a creature as a result, but we have 2 Tramplers on the field. We will lose the Conclave Mentor, but we will still deal 1 damage to him. And have pretty significant board. So opponent is thinking. Oh, he's blocking Experiment 1 here. Okay. Well, that's still lethal, so you have to block that. Okay. So he takes 1, 3 damage here. So he's down to 1. Okay. And we get to keep the Conclave Mentor, which is great. So we can pass the turn. Has 2 blockers, 2 cards in hand. It's possible one of them is a land. But I think we have this. Having 2 tramplers, he cannot really block them. That's why I like the avatar so much. This should be a good game now. Oh, he's fighting, alright. Taps 4. Quest and Beast. Alright. Well, that's a good game regardless. Got a Walking Ballista. Yeah, that's definitely a good game. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, game 3. We won the second one. What are we bringing in game 3? I do want to bring Jamoka's Command. And use the Thought Seizes here. I don't think we need another heal yet. I just don't think so. As for what we're gonna take out, it could be Collected Company here, since we're adding 4 more non-targets. So I could take out the Collected Companies, I could take out the what else do we take out? Well, not sure, where did the avatar go? Maybe drop 1 Pelt Collector, 1 Experiment 1, just to make it more or less equal. Alright, so we got Mana Confluence, Temple Garden, 3 Scales, Conclave Mentor, and Avatar. This is something we faced in game 1. Not sure this is gonna work for us. On the draw, I guess we're gonna keep. It's a risky keep one more time, but I want to test it out one more. 4 Scales effect once more, but we have only 2 lands here. And both lands are gonna hurt. Opponent is down to 6. Place a Godless Shrine. Face the 2 life and 2 more life for Thoughtseize. Okay, Thoughtseize it is. And grab my skills. Please do. That's fun. Avatar, okay. Oh, let's draw. That's interesting, draw. Let's pay 2 life. Put down the skills. Pass the turn. Woodland Cemetery. Lano Elves and pass. Okay. Got an Overgrown Tomb. Guess we'll take the 2 here. Play the Scales. Actually, no. Play the Conclave Mentor. Pass the turn. It's gonna be a push, sure. Just wants to get rid of our creatures. I guess he has an aggressive plan, so we might see a Quest and Beast right now. It's Elvish Mystic, Elvish Mystic. Okay, that was his hand. That's not big. Wait, did he attack us with the... I don't think so. Alright. I think he tapped this to play the Elvish Mystic. Draw a card. Got an Overgrown Tomb. I'm gonna play that tapped. Play the Hardened Scales and the Hardened Scales and pass the turn. We will take 3 next turn. I guess. Okay. Down to 13. And a Fabled Passage. Got a Conclave Mentor. Let's play the Mana Confluence. Play the Mentor. And I'll pass. I'll hold on to this. 4 Scales effect on the field, and we still don't have anything big. Got a Plains. Alright. What'd you draw? Cannot attack anymore since we have a blocker. Alright, so he drew a Thoughtseize. Sure. Take 2 from the Thoughtseize. We discard the Avatar. He goes ahead and attacks us. We'll block the land or else. And take 2. Untap, draw. That's an Ozolite. Still dead draws here. I could try to attack him here, but I want to have a blocker for the Mystics. He drew another threat. Abrupt Decay. Okay. It hurts. Taken 2. Drawing a Winded Constructor. Alright. I guess we need more counter generation here. Huatli's Raptor doesn't really cut it. I guess we need something like Rishkars, but if we include the new Planeswalker Basri, that should resolve the issue a little bit. Although I think I want Rishkars here too. If we include Basri, that means we're going to be missing on the Collected Company. We haven't really seen it play out yet. That's great. So we can put a counter on the Wine Constrictor, kill one of the Mystics, and attack him for pretty much a lot. Yeah, I can do that. Let's kill that, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counters. And then we go to combat and hit him for 7. And now since we have Ozolite, I'm not really worried about missing this. Maybe better to drop Coco for a more heavy Planeswalker focus. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. If we can include Basri and have a decent shell for him, it could be a very nice inclusion. And it could be better than playing Collected Company here. Collected Company is great. But I feel like in this specific shell, it may not be perfect. There might be better choices. I will definitely go back and adjust the deck list after this. Hopefully include some Bassaries, hopefully put in Rishkars, Flashback Marauder. Alright, so we both sack a creature. So Ozolite is gonna get 5 counters. He's gonna attack us for 1. Sure. Now I gotta draw a threat. That's not a threat. Pass the turn. Alright, so let's think. I have 2 Collected Companies. We're gonna drop those. Put in 2 Rishkars instead. Yeah, that's another one. Good game. Got unlucky here. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately when I do that, there's a chance that we don't see those cards, just like what happened with the collected company. We didn't really see it once. So let's see here. I think it's possible that we could drop Huatli's Raptors and the collected companies, and I want to include the Bassaries. I believe this is the one. No, that's not the one. This is the one. Yeah. So we are including the Bassaries. I don't want 4. I think 2 could be enough. And also getting the indestructible in the creature, that's a big thing, yeah? So that's gonna be 1. An interesting thing, Bassary with the Winding Constructor doesn't work because it's a Planeswalker. If I'm not mistaken, Winding Constructor only targets, only triggers for players. Yeah, if you... Yeah, unfortunately it says only artifacts, creatures, and players. So it's not gonna hit Bassary, but 3 activations until we get an emblem. It's not bad if we have blockers on the field. So Bassary Cat is definitely an inclusion here. Dropping the collected companies then. And I want to leave the Dromakus commands. It's a good removal, it's a good counter generation. It can also prevent damage from being dealt, so that's good. I want to keep Heliads. And might drop Avatar down a little bit, I guess. Huatli's Raptor is weird. Maybe just because I'm playing this shell of beaters, where I'm not having that many targets to proliferate. But Huatli's Raptor is going to proliferate Bassary Cat, so it's not the worst choice here. Gotta find something to remove though. Like, so far I'm not impressed with the Walking Ballista, which is surprising. But I'm able to deal with a lot of decks just without the Walking Ballista. It's a nice finisher though, and has a combo with Heliod. Maybe we can drop Heliod for now, and just see how that works out. Because I definitely want to include Rishkars here. Rishkar generates more counters, just like Dromakus command, but then we have Dromakus command, so maybe Rishkar is not perfect here. This could be what we go with for now. Because we have Dromakus command in the sideboard. And if we play Rishkar, I want to play Collected Company. But since we are not playing Collected Company, let's keep it this way. Let's keep it this way and test this out. See if we can find a game. Alright, so let's pick our deck. Let's see what we have in an open hand. We got all 3 colors that we need. There's a Heliod. There's a Pelt Collector, Conclave Mentor, and Dromakus Command. I like this. I'm definitely gonna keep this. No Bassary, but I'm sure we're gonna get a chance to test it out today. Maybe at one point we'll go to 4 copies of Bassary, which might be excessive, but that's okay. In the Abzan shell, Bassary is actually fantastic. We have access to double white all the time. Like for all the past games, we had 2 whites constantly. Mana base is perfect. I think mana base is great the way it looks right now. Hopefully somebody joins us for a game of Pioneer. Pioneer. So let's see here. We play a Forest on turn 1. Pelt Collector. Turn 2 Temple Garden, Conclave Mentor, turn 3 Heliod, and turn 4 Jamoka's Command and something else. That seems like a decent plan. Alright, we got a game. And we should let opponent know that we are keeping this hand. Alright, opponent's keeping 2. So let's just go ahead with the plan. Pelt Collector turn 1 pass. Forest go. Okay. Untap. We got a Huatli's Raptor. Not bad, not bad. Let's play Temple Garden, shock ourselves for 2. Play the Conclave Mentor. Get 2 counters and attack for 3. Pass the turn. Leafkin Druid. Okay. Not really a blocker. I'm not afraid of this. We drew a Pelt Collector, but we have a Mana Confluence. So let's play Mana Confluence. We get to play a Pelt Collector here, I guess, and we can arrange the triggers so that Huatli's Raptor is gonna proliferate both of these. Although I don't think that's how it works. I think if you proliferate, you have to choose the targets when it goes on a stack. So it's not gonna proliferate the Pelt Collector here. If I'm not mistaken. If there is somebody that knows exactly how the Raptor works with the proliferate, let me know. Otherwise I will definitely Google this later and try to find out. But for now, we'll play There could be a better way to go about this. I could pay 1 life here from Mana Confluence, Jamoka's Command, put a counter, let these fight. This could be better. So let's play Jamoka's Command. Put a counter here. Let these 2 fight. Go to combat and attack for 5. Yeah, I can choose how I stack them. But the problem is when the proliferate trigger goes on the stack, if I'm not mistaken, I have to select the targets for the proliferate before it goes on a stack. In the moment I put it on a stack, doesn't matter what's going to resolve first, I have to choose the targets right away. And when I choose the targets, the trigger from Pelt Collector didn't resolve yet. So basically I cannot choose it as a target. But based on the wording, I can't choose the Pelt Collector without a counter on it. It's interesting. I'm not an expert on this. Like, I haven't played a lot of Proliferate. But I gotta read in this. I gotta read the rules. If you have a link to the rules, if you can just link me the rules on the Proliferate, that would be great. Maybe we can read it up together. Gilded Goose and a Leafkin Druid. A ton of awesome. Thanks, man. That's perfect. So we got a ton of dorks on the other side, and I think that's fine. Let's draw a card. We got a Conclave Mentor and a Huatli's Raptor. I think I wanna do Huatli's Raptor here, since we're gonna get trample on both Pelt Collectors, as opposed to Conclave Mentor right now. Let's play Huatli's Raptor. Get 2 more counters on each Pelt Collector. Combat for 12. Alright, to proliferate means to choose any number of permanents and players that have a counter. That's a keyword. then give each exactly one additional counter of the kind that permanent. Right. But we have to choose any number of permanents that have a counter. So that explains that we cannot choose Pelt Collector without a counter on it. That's one. But it doesn't really specify yet if we can, when exactly do we have to choose? Is that after we put it on the stack or before? Alright, opponent says good game. Let's go to game 2. See if you can find anything on when exactly do we have to choose. Sideboard. I assume opponent is not sideboarding. I don't think we will either. So I just shuffle it up and play. Well, that's the first one bad hand. We have a concealed courtyard and no other green source or any other land. So definitely a mulligan. We got a Mana Confluence, 2 Temple Gardens, Hardened Scales, Pelt Collector, Azalith. Yeah, this is much better. We will drop a Temple Garden on the bottom, and we'll keep this. Alright, opponent is keeping 4, and he's on the play here. Mine is not perfect, but let's face it, it's pretty good. Alright, let's draw. Oh, Winding Constructor. Just got even better. Let's tap 2. We'll play a Pelt Collector. Yeah. Play a Pelt Collector, pass the turn. I don't want to play the Winding Constructor next yet. I want to play Hardened Scales next. Or maybe we should. He's making a ton of food here. Well, let's see. Play this. Gotta put some pressure early on, I guess. So let's play the Winding Constructor. Get 2 counters. Swing for 3. Pass the turn. Next turn we get to play Scales and Mentor, which doesn't really do much, but that's fine. Lanfar Visionary. So draws a card of that. That's a new Core 21 set card as well. I think it's a reprint. Is it not a reprint? I think that is a reprint. I think I saw it before. Pretty sure it's a reprint. Our turn. Drumoka's command is great here. Let's play Mana Confluence. Let's play the Hardened Scales. We'll lose 1 life of that. Play Drumoka's command. We'll put a counter on the Pelt Collector. We'll kill the goose. One says whatever, I can see. Alrighty, well, good game. We got this game in the pocket. Alright, let's see what do we have. You were saying it's a fusion of the Llanowar Elves and Llanowar Visionary. It's not a reprint. Oh, isn't it named Llanowar Visionary though? That might be what I'm confusing it with. They have not posted the spoiler here yet for that. Let me see. Llanowar. Where is that dork? I don't see it here either. Is that like a brand new spoiler? Elvish Visionary. Oh yeah, right. So this one is named Llanowar Visionary, right? Uh-huh. Let's open that one up real quick. And that one was Elvish Visionary. I think they're running out of names. Right, Elvish Visionary. Yeah, that's right. There was something similar to this though. I remember a dork that drew a card when it entered though. That's interesting. That's cool. Basically for 1 more mana, we're essentially getting a dork. That's cool. So elves get 1 more thing to play with. That's interesting. Alright, let's... I don't know if you found anything on the proliferate. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, this is a pretty good. Let's see if this is going to explain. Proliferate doesn't target, so you don't choose the permanent players to proliferate until the ability resolves. I think that answers the question perfectly. So basically we can arrange the proliferate ability from the raptor afterwards, and we get to choose as it resolves. That's exactly what I was looking for. As long as this is a... it's not a perfect source, but... yeah, I think so. Well, it should be... we had a scales on the field, so it should have been more than a 3-3 since we get to play the Pelt Collector, we play the Huatli's Raptor, Pelt Collector gets 2 counters, and then we proliferate, so it gets 2 more counters. It's pretty sick. That's pretty broken. I like this. This is cool. This is good to know. This is good information. Always learning something new. It's great. I like it. Alright, let's get another game going. This is pretty good. That makes it even more viable since we get to arrange it however we want. It's pretty nice. Even if we don't have scales on the field, Huatli's Raptor essentially acts like his scales in this matter. Since we get to put it down, that's pretty good. I might be going to 2 on the avatars. Maybe put avatars in the sideboard even. Just like against flyers or something like that, so that I can go up on the Huatli's Raptors and Basri. And I think after this game, that's what we're gonna test out later. Oof, that's a little bit rough. So we got 2 Bloomin' Marshes, no White Source, but we have Walking Ballista, Wine Constrictor, and Experiment 1. That's gonna be an interesting hand to test out. I'll definitely keep this and see how this plays out. If we get to draw a Mana Countenance or a White Source, or if we're gonna have 2 dead cards in hand all the time. This is a risky hand to keep. I wouldn't be keeping this if I would be playing a league. I think this would be a mulligan, for sure. But right now, I'm feeling adventurous, so let's keep this. Hope you guys enjoying this. This is slightly different than we do conventionally, because we usually play Magic Online or Magic Arena, but this is a little bit weird, I guess. Not weird for me. I play this decently a lot for the testing purposes. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I didn't see anyone else doing stuff like this. Meaning, as soon as card is spoiled, you test out a deck in a competitive environment, or at least slightly competitive-ish environment. Let me know if you like this, guys. Oh, and on the same note, The YouTube channel has been updated. There, I've uploaded like at least like I think it was 10 to 13 videos yesterday. So there is a ton of Scales material if you're interested. So go ahead to the YouTube channel, check out those videos if you're interested. The link is down below. And we got a couple of leagues there. There's a league that we scored a 5-0 with beaters not so long ago. And there are a couple of decent matchups, a lot of inverter matchups and so forth. So definitely go and check it out. And I think we're gonna organize something like a maybe goal. A goal for the stream. That's what I'm thinking about. As soon as score set is gonna get spoiled, we'll make a goal so that we can play all these cards that we're testing out right now and the Magic Online as soon as the set is released. So something like a goal of $100, let's say. And if we can gather some donations for $100, I think we can pretty much get this deck going. It's not enough, but I'll chip in from my side too, and we'll get to test the Abzan Scales and the actual leagues. That would be awesome. That would be pretty good. I'll organize that for the next stream. I'm not sure if we're gonna stream yet tomorrow. I think we'll move our stream to Sunday. I haven't decided yet, since tomorrow I have some business to take care of. But we will think of something. Alright, we haven't gotten a game for quite a little bit of time. While we're waiting for the game, let's go to the Goldfish and just have a look at the metagame from the recent games. We got a 6-11 and 6-10 preliminary and a league. Haven't seen those yet. These new dumps seem not to have the scales in them at all. Yeah, I don't think we have scales in here at all. There's a mono green deck. Hey, Vivian's. Vivian's are putting the results. This is the card I'm specking on right now. I'm sitting on a couple copies of this in Magic Online. We get a pretty big return though, that would be awesome. Right now it's pretty flat. It went up from like $4.50, that's when I bought it, to like $5.50, so $1. But right now it's pretty stagnant on the stable flat line. That's okay, I have hope. Especially after seeing mono green put in some more results. This is just a regular basic mono green list here. A lot of artifacts in the sideboard for the card. Still no game. And this is one drawback of Untap, I guess. We have to wait for the game, but not so many people are playing there. If you're interested to play with me, go ahead, jump on Untap and we can play a game. You should be able to find the game pretty easily in a lobby. Let's see, there is a mono black here. Aggressive mono black, that's pretty good. A lot of different decks actually, I'm surprised. I thought it would be filled with inverters, filled with blue-white control. There is a lot of blue-white control though. 1, 2, there is white, blue, black control. Oh, that's Super Friends or whatever, Planeswalkers. White, blue, red. Same thing. There's one Niv-Mizzet. I'm assuming this is Niv-Mizzet. Yeah. One Niv-Mizzet list. Blue-red prowess? Or is this... No, this is the reanimate, not reanimator. This is the Ensoul deck. There we go. Okay, that's cool. What about the prelim? So mono red, blue black inverter. Yep. White red, that's the mono red burn. Alright, we got a game. We got a game and we can keep. I think this is the same guy we played before with the sort of mono red. Alright, so we're taking one here, not a problem. Pass at the turn, we got a mana confidence. I like that. Played the experiment one, it's gonna die. I don't mind that. Awesome, welcome to the stream, Dimir. Nice seeing you, haven't seen you in a while. I guess the new spoilers have woken a lot of people up. Alright, so he's sacrificing the Fanatical Firebrand to kill the experiment one. Seems good. Conspicuous Scoop. That's the Snoop. That's the new Goblin that I was talking about in the previous stream. So he's playing the Goblin combo here. 10th Street Dodger. Let's see. We have the Walking Ballista. It doesn't have haste, so you cannot attack with it. Oh, it does have haste. My bad. Because it has abilities of the card on top of the library. Since it's a goblin. But he decides not to attack, so that's okay. Alright, so what's our choices here? We can play Wine Constructor into a Ballista. And hopefully get rid of Conspicuous Scoop. Oh, activated abilities only. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Activated. Well, that makes it better. Thank you for that clarification. Commander is so fun. I like Commander. Unfortunately, right now with all the places being closed, it's very hard to play Commander. My store is actually open up next week, so I'm excited for that. I'm going for the first draft in Aquaria for a long time, being able to play in real life. Reckless Bushwhacker. So he's attacking for 3. I gotta take the 3 here. No other choice. Abzan is fantastic. So far for the games we played, it's been super cool. Really like this. Another Conclave Mentor. Well, we gotta play the Mana Confluence. Now we gotta play the Walking Ballista, I think. I gotta cash it in, otherwise this is gonna get out of hand. And I don't want to test it. Or we can even... Well, I don't think he can boost it even more. We could just go with the Conclave Mentor. We'll lose a life. Hopefully he doesn't hit anything big on top of his library, and this is not, doesn't really... Well, it kills the Mentor. Maybe not. Alright, let's cash in the Ballista. And I think I want to cash it in right now before he gets a chance to play anything else. I could attack here. Don't think he's gonna block. Get some damage in. Because we are not gonna block next turn either way. Double blocking. Okay, that's gonna be a trait that I like here. So both of these are gonna die. He doesn't know we have 2 more scales to fight. And we are seeing another Reckless Bushwhacker. Okay. Taking 2 here. Our turn. We got another wine constructor. Seems pretty good. I'll take that. We have a blocker. He has only 2 cards in hand. One of them is a shock, not a shock. The other one, the same effect though. Attack for 2. We'll take the 2. Cannot block here because he's gonna kill my constructor. Next turn we can play Ballista, kill the Bushwhacker, and attack. Scared Prospector. Don't care about that. Got a Bloomin' Marsh. That's okay. Let's play the Ballista. Gets 2 counters. Maybe not. Let's go to combat. Attack for 2. Pass the turn. He's going to try to shock the Ballista here. Or not. Okay, I'm keeping Ballista alive, just in case he has anything significant to play here. Wild Slash on the Ballista, I guess. That's gonna kill that, and that's gonna kill that. Okay, you can sacrifice it, I don't care. He's still gonna die, so it doesn't matter. And it's our turn. So he's empty boarded right now. Got another Wine Constrictor, and we can play the Conclave Mentor. We'll lose a life, but we have a ton of blockers. We can attack for 2. We have a full board, and we have 3 Scales effect on the field. This is so fun. Like, we didn't need anything else but another Scales effect. Just like a better Wine Constrictor. So good. Game 2, man? Let's go to game 2. Alright, are we sideboarding here? I think we are. Let's go to sideboard, and we gotta protect ourselves from all these goblins, I guess. I want to include one Dromoka's Command from the sideboard into mainboard to make sure that I can get rid of these annoying goblins. Thoughtseize is not something I want to see here. Maybe Assassin's Trophy? Or maybe not. I think I'm gonna pass on Assassin's Trophy for now. And I think I'm gonna drop 1 Pelt Collector here. Especially being on the draw. Oof, that's a lot of lands. It's a lot of lands, but overall, I didn't decide yet if I'm gonna keep. Can you, like, give me a chance to keep? Alright, I'll keep this, whatever. We can do this. I think we can do this. Take the 1. Draw for turn. Oh, why? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna shock this and play the experiment pass. It's gonna die though, if he decides to kill it right now. If not, it's gonna get pumped. I think he's just attacking. No, he's killing it. Okay. That's a trade. Conspicuous Coup? Is that what it's gonna be? Yeah. Goblin Rabble Master. Seems like he's not getting full value out of it. Really? He's not getting full value out of this by not playing activated abilities and goblins. He's playing the strong goblins, but this is not doing much. Legion Loyalist. We've taken 3 here. And then it's our turn, and I hope that we draw a Pelt Collector or an Experiment 1. My prayers have been heard. Let's play Concealed Courtyard. Play Experiment 1. Play Hoatli's Raptor. Get 2 counters, since we can proliferate afterwards. Oh yeah. Yes, we can. Pass the turn. This is so awesome. It's like another Scales effect. It just works so nice in the beater shell. Abrade. Deals 3 damage. Yeah, we're gonna regenerate it. We got a mountain on the top. Very nice. And a Walking Ballista. Ooh. Let's play Mana Confluence. Play the Walking Ballista for 2. Experiment 1 is gonna get a counter. Could kill this right now, or I could just wait. But I think I want to kill it right now. I'm gonna cash it in to get rid of that. This way we can also attack for 4. Pass the turn. Hopefully that was not a mistake. I could have capped it. I could have pumped it further next turn. But we don't have a Scales effect in the field, so it kind of feels bad. Okay, so he's gonna kill our Experiment 1. Has yet another Abrade. So that was 2 Abrades. We're gonna take 1 from the Legion Loyalist. Down to 13. And it's our turn. We shouldn't be drawing any more lands. Just when I said that. Okay, Concealed Courtyard. Go to combat. We'll attack him for 2. It's a big body to take. Being a 2/3, it's like a Wine Constrictor. Kind of feels bad that Conclave Mentor is not a 2/3, it's a 2/2. Rebel Master. So we got 1, 2 damage here. I need another Ballista. Gotta get 1 more Ballista, kill the Rebel Master. That's the only way to get out of this, I think. Yeah, I took 2. Let's go. Alright, Untap. Avatar. Not helpful. At all. I guess I'll pass. We'll pass in hopes that we can draw a Experiment 1 or a Pelt Collector next turn. And we can play Avatar into that. Or maybe we get Basuri. Haven't seen that card yet show up. Would be interesting. Definitely want to block the Rebel Master here. But I guess it's not gonna work this way, since Loyalist is gonna give it First Strike and Trample. And the only thing we're gonna be able to block is one of the... Oh... Okay, that's gonna be a good game. 1, 2, 3. That's 7 damage from Rebel Master. 4 damage. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game. Let's go game 3. Can't beat that, unfortunately, yet. And we drew way too many lands. This shouldn't happen at all. Alright, it's gonna be Assassin's Trophy going in. And we will take out – Could take out Heliod here, I guess. I'm not looking to win with Heliod here, necessarily. And we can drop one Raptor. Or not. Let's drop one more Pelt Collector. Decent hand. Cannot complain about this. Don't really have solution. Cannot play the white cards. Yeah, we're gonna have to mulligan this. We're gonna be stuck on the white here. Cannot risk that. Assassin's Trophy, Dromoka's Command. It's not bad. I'll keep this. We get to play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Legion Loyalist. Taken 1. Conclave Mentor. I think I want to play the Wine Constructor here though. Gotta start putting up the blocks. Conclave Mentor doesn't really do it. He has a braid, Cannot do much about that. But next turn we can play Dromoka's Command. He has a braid. Ugh. I feel like I know what he has better than he does. Taking 1 here. Our turn. We'll draw. It's an experiment 1. Not bad, not bad. Lose 2 from the land. Play experiment 1. Play Conclave Mentor. Pass the turn. Next turn we can Dromoka's Command, for sure. He's not going to be able to remove both of these. Wild Slash on. The Conclave Mentor, sure. I guess that works. Tenth Street Dodger, and he's gonna, okay, so we cannot block 10th Street Dodger. Take 1. I'm fine with that. Untap. We'll draw. Concealed Courtyard. Oh, that's right. Opponent knows my deck better than I do. We get 2 life from the death of the Conclave Mentor. It's kind of hard to remember that since it's not really relevant, but in this matchup it is. Alright, this enters tapped. We get to play one of these 2, and I'll play Dromoka's Command, of course. So we get a counter, and we're gonna fight the Loyalist here. Go to combat, and we'll swing for 4. Pass the turn. Well, we're slightly ahead. He still has 2 cards, but we have a removal in our hand. So I feel pretty good. Scared Prospector, not that good. And a Reckless Bushwhacker. He's playing Surge on that, I think. So that's 2, 2, 2, 6. Sure. My turn? Pelt Collector. Seems good. I'll play that. Now we have Assassin's Trophy. We can potentially kill a big threat if we need to, but for now we're gonna attack for 4. It seems like we're behind, but ideally we're not right now. I think we're pretty much ahead by having Experiment 1. And he's not even attacking. That's a great sign. I could Assassin's Trophy at his end step. He's keeping a card in his hand though. So we're just gonna untap and draw. It's a mana confluence. too many lands. Maybe we should go to 2 lands. 22 lands, I mean. Drop 1 more land. Since we're not playing Collected Company, and I think the highest converted mana cost is 3 mana here, so probably going to 22 lands would be good in this case. Do want to attack. I could attack. Let's swing for 4. See if he has a burn spell in his hand. If he does, he has to block as well. Probably with a Bushwhacker. And if he does, we can always Assassin's Trophy. Pass the turn, no blocks, no burn spells. It was probably a land. And our turn again. Concealed Courtyard. Alright, let's go to combat, hit him for 4 again. Decides to block with a Skirk Prospector and a Team 10-3 dodge. He's blocking with all of them. Now is the good time to Assassin's Trophy. This way it doesn't die and we kill both of these. Okay, I get more mana. I don't really care. Pass the turn. So we cleared his board pretty effectively. And it's a mountain from the Assassin's Trophy. Has a Goblin Rebel Master. Okay. Taking 1 here. And our turn. Yep. Ooh, we got a Basri Cat here. Oh, that's great. Let's play it. Now I'm excited. Truly excited. We could create soldier tokens, 2 to be exact. But I think this is a good game. Alright, good game. He doesn't let us play it out, but we would go to 4, put counters. 1 counter. It becomes indestructible. Attack. It seems good. I like him. It's pretty good. It's only 1 counter, but it's good. It's really good. Alright, time to adjust this again. I think I can do better than this. So, I want to drop 1 land. Definitely want to go to 3 on the Basri Cat. I will drop Avatar. Go to Huatli Raptor 4 off. Maybe keep the Avatar. I think. Thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner. And hope I see you next time we stream. So I think what we're gonna do here is move the Heliod to the sideboard altogether, so that if we need to, we can switch to the combo version of this. And in the sideboard, we're just gonna drop maybe 1 Back to Nature, since we have Jamoka's commands. Yeah, Barrier Breach here already. I don't think it's necessary to play that much enchantment removal here. And here, I think having 3 Basri Cats, 3 Avatars, 4 Heartless Raptors, it's pretty good. Could go on the 4 Avatars instead though. Let's see how this works. Modern or Pioneer competitive? Oh. Let's see if he wants to play with the Let's see if he wants to play with the core set. He does. Awesome. That's gonna be Pioneer. Draw 7. Decent start. I like what we're looking at here. We'll keep this. We're playing against the car. Now let's see, opponent has mulligan down to 6. Opponent is keeping the 6, and we can Temple Garden here, shock it in, play the Pelt Collector pass. Alrighty. Draws a card, Blooming Marsh, and Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. Okay. That works. Our turn. Got an Experiment one. Ooh. It's gonna be great. I'll play the Conclave Mentor though. Just because we can play Experiment 1 next turn. If we draw a land, we can play Experiment 1, Winding Constrictor. Let's get pumped even more. And then next turn, Huatli's Raptor. That should be obscenely good. I just play Experiment 1 right now. I'm not utilizing my mana efficiently, plus Experiment 1 on its own is gonna die. So opponent is reading the new card. Realizes that it's another Winding Constrictor, just in different colors. Castle Lochtwing tapped. Decides not to play that. It's gonna be Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And a Bile Blight. What set is this from? Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure this is Pioneer legal. If you can link me a card that's from an actual set and not a promo, I would appreciate that, if anyone can do it while play. And let's untap, draw. And we can play the Wine Constrictor. Yeah. Pass the turn. Bile Blight. Interesting. Castle Lochtwing now untapped. Taps 3 for a Tireless Tracker. Okay. We draw. Interesting draw, but we need another green source. I guess that's where the Concealed Courtyard problem comes in. It's not a green source. Let's play Pelt Collector here. Go to combat. And I'll swing for 2. He's definitely not blocking this. I could play Walking Ballista here. Try to kill the Tireless Tracker here. Maybe that was a choice to go, I don't know, but I really want to keep my Walking Ballistas in my hand for now. Hope I draw another green source. That's literally all I need right now. Tax for 3. Take 3. Born of the Gods. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't planning doing that set, so I haven't seen that card at all. Alright, he's passing the turn. No land drop, so no value for the Tireless Tracker here. Got another Winding Constrictor here. Could be interesting. I'll play that. Let's see if he has a response. I think he does. No response. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. There is a response. Fatal Push. Okay. Combat swing for 2. Has to take the 2 here. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Woodland Seminary, so he gets the clue token here. And he's not cracking it, which is good news for us. Plays Pelucranus. Interesting. So we get to Untap. I got another Walking Ballista. Now I can... Pretty sure that I should play the Walking Ballista here. Enters with 3 counters and we can kill the Tireless Tracker here before he cracks the clue. Pass the turn. Pelucranus is going to be a problem. It means I'm going to have to bring in the Scavenging Oozes post sideboard. Pelucranus is an issue. He's going to use it to fight, of course. Probably one of the Constrictors. No, he cracks the clue. Hoping to get a land. No land. And a Deathrite Shaman. 2 Deathrite Shamans. He should attack with 6, but he doesn't. Our turn. We get the Hardened Scales here. Hurts not to have another green source. Like really, really bad. I could play Ballista here. 3 counters, that means we can kill one of the Deathrite Shamans. Or we could play Atlas Raptor here. Or we could play Experiment 1. There are plenty of choices. We can play everything except the Avatar. Playing Atlas Raptor means that we're gonna be able to proliferate on this. And potentially we can cash it in to kill the Deathrite Shamans. If I would want to do that. Playing Experiment 1, he's gonna probably eat it. Fine. Let's play the Raptor. Yeah, let's play the Raptor. 1, 2, 3. Do we want to kill the Shamans now? Or do we want to kill them later? I think I want to kill them now, so that he doesn't get to exile anything. It's gonna give him more life. Yeah, let's cash in those. It's a 2 for 1. So I can do that. Pass the turn. Next turn, if we draw a green source, we will be able to play Hardened Scales potentially into Ballista. Or Experiment 1 and Hardened Scales. We need to get rid of Pelucranus here, and now we have Quest and Beast to deal with, which we cannot block. So we'll definitely take 4 here, at least. If he decides to attack with this, that's going to be 10. We're going down to 6. He's at 14. I'm not sure that I can pose a lethal next turn. Not with what I have here, only 2 lands. Otherwise, maybe. It's gonna be just 6 and Ballista for 3 more. Doesn't really help. Still no blocker for the Quest and Beast. Gonna use the Ballista to kill the Quest and Beast though. If we go down to 2 on next turn, gotta keep one of those to block though. I have to play Ballista, otherwise I'm just not gonna survive. So this has to happen. And then I could attack with 2 creatures. but I have to pass. See, his graveyard has enough to bring this back. It doesn't have enough lands yet. Just got another one. Attacks with all of these. Could take the 4 here, I guess. Have to block this. I block here. Wine Constrictor and the... Well, we have a response before damage. Simply because we will use the Ballista to kill Polokornos. Not kill, but decrease it by 3 counters. And this way he only can kill one of the creatures on our side. Taps 3 for a Raska. It's not going well for us. Still stuck at 2 lands. Shouldn't be happening. Maybe that's why we were playing 23 lands before. Alright, pass the turn. Draw. We got a land, but unfortunately we're pretty low on life right now. And all of these are green. I can't really get out of this since we cannot block Western Beast either way. Doesn't matter what we do here. And then on top of that there is a Raska. We could play Avatar. It's just a chump blocker here. Attacks for 4, we go to 2. Let's try to survive, but I don't think we will though. Fine, let's try to survive. I'm not gonna concede this. We can try to survive. If he draws a land, he brings back Polukranos. I don't see a way for us to win this at all. Taken 4, down to 2. Phase 4 for Liliana, the new one. +1. Drop the scales on into the graveyard. He discards a Murderous Rider. Cashes in the Blumenmarsh to draw a card. And then it's our turn. The deciding turn. Pay 1 life. Play Avatar. Pass the turn. I don't think we can do anything with this. This is just going to be a chump blocker. Can't really do anything about that. Well, just go to game 2. I feel like this is points to go on. Liliana eventually is going to drain us out. He's far ahead. And he had 2 more removal spells. Okay. Sideboard. Scavenging Ooze for sure is coming in. I could use Thought Seizes, I guess. Don't really want Dromoka's command here. It doesn't save me from anything. I'm gonna take that out. I could put in Heliots, try to win as a combo, plus the life gain is gonna help me out. So Heliots are going in. Well, I'm gonna drop the Pelt Collectors for sure. At least 2. And Watley's Raptor is also getting dropped. Maybe all together here even. And just go this way. That's kind of rough. I do have Thoughtseize though. Ozlet, Scavenging Ooze. We played those. This is gonna be an issue if we don't draw another white source, I guess. We'll keep this though. I'm guessing he's keeping his hand. Gonna be Mana Confluence, pay 1 life. Thoughtseize, pay 2 more life. Let's see what you have. Oh, he has 2 Thoughtseizes of his own. Primarily creature Thoughtseizes. We got 3 lands, Heartless Act, and the Fatal Push. I don't even know what's worse. Stick to that. Everything is pretty bad on his side. Just who plays more Thoughtseizes, I guess. Has 2 choices here. It's gonna pick Heliod, of course. Which is fine. Got a Walking Ballista. Gonna give him a chance to decide between the Scavenging Ooze and the Walking Ballista if he plays another Harsh Scrutiny right now. You sure you don't want to see the whole hand? I guess he wants to get rid of the Scavenging Ooze. Okay. That's a very rash decision, but I'm fine with that. Alright, our turn. Conclave Mentor. We can play that. Pass the turn. It's gonna eat the Heartless Act, but that's fine. Hopefully we draw another land. This way we can play Bastard Cat. I don't think he has a solution for it right now. Castle Lochtwain. Heartless Act. Okay. That's not gonna play Bastard Cat for us, but at least we don't lose life and we get to play Ballista for 1. Pass the turn. No Fatal Push. Just passes to us. That's okay. We got a Winding Constrictor. Play the Winding Constrictor before we attack. Go to combat, swing for 1. I did forget about that. Fine. That's my mistake. Avatar. Well, it would be nice to still have the Lock-in Ballista. And we should have this here. Ideally. Well, I messed this up pretty big by attacking into a Hissing Quagmire. So gotta pay attention. So that's a good game. I can't really play this out anymore because even if he doesn't have creatures, he doesn't. It's kind of a lie because he doesn't really have a lot of creatures in his deck anyways. He just has a bunch of removal. Standard. That's interesting. We gotta play standard sometime too, just because standard scales is fun. But I guess we're gonna do it next week. Hopefully we get more interesting counters, cards spoiled, and we can play a standard deck. And here as well, of course, but it's gonna be interesting to test it out before it gets released on Arena. Alright. Let's play one more. Terrible hand, no lands at all. Let's mulligan this one. Got a Bloomin' Marsh, Pelt Collectors, Hoatley's Raptor, and Bassery Cat. I like it actually. No scales really, but we have Hoatley's Raptor to pump both of these and we can play Bassery Cat in turn 3. That's definitely a keep. While we were waiting, what were we up to? So no scales here either. And I think I saw the 6-9 preliminary already. A ton of spirits, a lot of people are playing spirits now. Really nothing interesting there. Scale is not making any moves into competitor right now, unfortunately. It holds its own, but it doesn't make the lists. This is a very interesting card. Rogues are getting their own tribe, I guess. This is a nice cat cat lord because it has protection from dogs. It's a weird protection, but lore-wise, it's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see if we can get one more game going. And sorry for those that were hoping that we're gonna do a league. I didn't expect another skills to be spoiled today, which was a good surprise for me. And if you like this format more, if you like me to do more of the testing here on Untap, I'll definitely probably organize another day out of the week to do some testing. Alright, so while we were waiting, let's see if we can make this deck a little bit better. So we already adjusted this to removing the collected companies altogether. We put in up to 4 Headless Raptors. We drop the Heliod, put in the Heliod into the sideboard. What else? Back to Nature down to 1. And let's see, we added the I think this is the sideboard we run with right now, and we added the Basri Cat, I think. Oh, it's already in here. Awesome. Different variations, that's also cool. So 2 Basri Cats, went down to 2 forests. And I'm surprised the Conclave Mentor wasn't added yet to the list of the cards on the tapped out. Okay, so this is what we have right now. I like how the art on the Basri Cat covers, on this specific promo, covers the converted mana cost. It's interesting. It's kind of hard to see, but I guess it's legal. But when we do signatures on cards, it's not legal to play with those cards in competitive formats. A lot of logic there, I guess. Alright, I hope we get a game soon. There's a lot of movement in Commander right now, based on the new rule that came out, with commanders being able to go to graveyard before they go to command zone. And a lot of different cards are getting bought out, especially the commanders that weren't played before. But also cards like Reparations. That card is the most recent one that got bought out. It's a Mirage card. It has nothing to do with a new commander rule, but I just noticed that it got completely dried up in terms of stock. Pretty old card. And all of this is coming from the same reason that the Invoke Prejudice is getting bought out. Right, where's our game? Let's see what other news we have on the finance world of Magic. See if I can open up. Oh, we got a game. Awesome. We're keeping what we have right now. So good luck, opponent. I'm playing second though. Godless Shrine. We drew into a concealed courtyard here. Not bad. Play a Bloomin' Marsh, play a Pelt Collector pass. Temple Garden. I feel like we're playing very similar decks here. Draw an Avatar. Well, play the Concealed Courtyard here. Play the Pelt Collector. Go to combat attack with 1. Lanes. Changed his mind about tapping. Pass the turn. Okay. We're gonna untap draw another Bassery Cat. Play the Concealed Courtyard here. We'll pay 2 for her Atlas Raptor. And I hope we can get both of these to attack for 6. Take 6 and down to 13. And next turn we have Bassery Cat. Oh, we can play Avatar. We play Bassery Cat, that's going to be a lot of creatures entering the field if we -2. Fabled Passage for an island. 4-color deck, okay. Now that's getting interesting. Hopefully it's not a board wipe. If it's Niv to Light, it might be a board wipe. Sylvan Carrier. That's okay. Draw a card. It's a Atlas Raptor. Not a bad draw. Pretty good actually. Could play Avatar here. Atlas Raptor as well. I cannot play both. I really want to play a Bassery Cat here. -2. Go to combat. We'll hit him for 8. And we'll make, what is that, white soldier creature token? Without lifelink. But that's not what I'm looking for. And we gotta make 3 of those. Gotta push things around a little bit. So he's taken total of 'So he blocks one of them, which is fine. Then we pass the turn. If there's a board wipe, that's gonna hurt. The Bassery Cat is awesome. Being able to chip in 3 more damage actually did a huge difference there. It's one more Fabled Passage. For a forest. Now should be a time for a new Mizzet. Although no Mizzet doesn't save him here, he needs Bring to Light. He has enough mana sources to play Bring to Light for 5. Not sure what else he's looking in his deck for, I guess for the board wipe. Basri Cat is awesome. It really plays out nicely on the curve by being a 3-drop. Bring to Light. Okay. Finds a board wipe, which means we're still gonna have Basri Cat. Not a board wipe. Enter the God Eternals. That's a pretty bad card to find. It doesn't run board wipes. Interesting. So target is gonna be the Pelt Collector. Sure, so he gets 4 life and he gets to amass 4. But we should have a win next turn by playing Basri Cat and -2 again. That should be lethal for him. Can block 2 creatures. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we mill 4 as well? Oh yeah, that's right. So mill 4. Let me show you what we milled. We milled Temple Garden, Wacken Ballista, Conclave Mentor, and Overgrown Tomb. And it's our turn. We'll draw a card. I think we're gonna stick to the plan here. So we're gonna go +1 on a Basri Cat. And counter is gonna go on one of these. And it's also gonna have Indestructible. And then we play a second Basri Cat. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Game 2. That was nice. Basri Cat for the win. What are we sideboarding against this? Well, against Nim Mizzet, not really much we can do. Thoughtseize is about the only thing that can save us here. Could use Assassin's Trophy, I guess, for mainly to kill the Nim Mizzet. Other than that, not really much we can do here. I will drop a couple. I guess we could put in a Dramoka's Command. That would be helpful against the that spell, since it would prevent the damage from that instant. And what are we dropping? Well, one of the things we can drop is going to be on the draw, at least. It's going to be Pelt Collector. And the other thing I'm going to drop is, in this specific matchup, will be, where is it? The Avatars. Okay. And let's see how our hand looks like. 2 Dromokas commands, Hardened Scales, and 2 Experiment ones. Not really good. Could have been better. I think it's worth keeping this though. We got the decent mana base. We got turn 1 plays, we got turn 2 plays, we have protection against damage. It's not bad. Opponent needs to sideboard again. So we gotta re-sideboard as well, so just keep the existing. Unfortunately, it shuffles the deck. This is one of the known bugs of this system. It sometimes glitches out on the sideboard. It happens from time to time. It's not game breaking, but it's annoying at the least. This hand is even better than we've seen the last hand. Definitely a keep here. Alright, the opponent just finished sideboarding. We'll let the opponent know that we keep. Watery Grave tapped. Passes the turn. We drew an Overgrown Tomb. We play Blue and Marsh first, followed by a Hardened Scales. Pass the turn. Opponent is thinking. Got a Temple Garden tapped. No Dork. That's good. Got a Thoughtseize here. Pretty good. Well, let's play a Temple Garden. Pay 2 for that. Play the Winding Constrictor here. Pass the turn. Next turn we can Thoughtseize and Conclave Mentor. I don't think he's gonna have a significant play on turn 3. A mountain. Alright. Plays the Fairy. Bounces our Hardened Scales. No, he doesn't. Okay. Guess no bounce there. Play this. We will Thoughtseize him first to see what he has. And afterwards, we'll probably still go with the Conclave Mentor there. So let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. Two lands, Niv-Mizzet and Sylvan Caryatid. It's got a bit of Niv-Mizzet. And we'll tap 2 for a Conclave Mentor. Pass the turn. Fairy's gonna be here for a while. It's gonna have to eventually -3 it. Bounces this. Draws a card. Woodland Seminary. Sylvan Caryatid. And another Sylvan Caryatid. Okay. Well, let's play the Tomb. Let's play the Conclave Mentor. I guess I didn't have to play the Tomb tapped. I mean, untapped. Just gonna play it tapped. Pass the turn. Next turn we could play Huatli Raptor after we play Chumoka's Command, as long as we draw another white source. Okay, well, another Teferi. Sick plays. Bounces that again. Plays a Voice of Resurgence. Got a Forest. Doesn't really help here. Gotta play that again and pass. Second Voice of Resurgence. Another Teferi. Damn. Unbelievable. It's got some epic draws there, which I cannot say the same for us. Spearman 1. Conclave Mentor. Gets 3 counters. Pass the turn. And then we can do Jamoka's Command. Actually killing one of the Voice of Resurgence. Should have attacked with the Voice of Resurgence last turn though. We missed that. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Passes the turn to us. Got a Concealed Courtyard, which is gonna enter untapped. Tapped, I mean. Now we could attack here, forcing him to block. He doesn't want to lose to Fairy. Go to combat. Let's attack both at Teferi. See what he does. Decides to block with a Sylvan Caryatid. Or not. Just lets it go. Interesting. So the fairy's gone. Could play Jamoka's Command here. Kill the Voice of Resurgence. Put a counter here. Get rid of the Voice of Resurgence. I guess pass the turn. Next turn we can proliferate with the Raptor and start dealing some damage, as long as he doesn't have a board wipe. Other end. Sure. Not sure how that helps him. He forgot about the token. I'm not gonna tell him, of course. Has to keep track of his own deck. Alright, I'm not that bad. I'm gonna tell him. Being nice here. Next turn we can attack for potentially 6 here and 7 here. Oh, he got it. Awesome. That's not the right elemental. Can help him out a little bit. Okay, he decides to keep that one, it's fine. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 more? Okay. Now I'm guessing pass the turn. My turn. Okay, Untap. Got a Basri card. Not a bad thing, I guess, but right now that's not really what I'm looking for. So we're just gonna go Wildly Raptor. Proliferate both of these. And I think we should go to combat here. Swing 13. Black's here, loses both of the Sylvan Caryatids. Now we can block the Voice of Resurgence, or we can block the Elemental, which I'm gonna prefer to block the Elemental. And then we also get Bastard Cat to put counters on the Wildless Raptor, I guess. Since it has Vigilance, it can attack freely. Well, that's a land. And that's Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has enough to cast it out of his graveyard. Gets a land. Casts Uro. Alright. Got another land. Seems good. Elemental is a 3/3. He passes the turn. Okay. We'll draw. Thoughtseize doesn't help anymore. Let's play Basri Cat. We'll put a counter on the Raptor, I guess. We have a blocker for Uro. Raptor is a nice touch right here. Do I want to attack here? I don't think I want to attack here. Makes no sense to attack here, I guess. Though I could, but it only kills one creature. I'd rather have blockers to defend Bastard Cat. He's gonna get another card of his Uro if he attacks though. One, two, three, four. He has the Bring to Light. Pretty sure about that. It's gonna be Nib Mizzet. I guess Thoughtseize is gonna come in handy next turn. Let's see what he gets. Voice of Resurgence, Nahiri. And that's it. Interesting. So what are you gonna play, Voice or Nahiri? Because you're gonna lose the other one. Seems like he's not playing either of those. Okay, he is playing the Nahiri here, I guess. Nahiri it is. Has to be tapped. Opponent missed the Warden on Nahiri. It has to be a tapped artifact in order to exile it. Nahiri goes to 6. Discard draw. Goes to combat. Seems like he's attacking with Uro and Voice of Resurgence. Gets a land. Alright, so now we can block. We're gonna block Huatli's Raptor. And we will block Uro here. If we use Thoughtseize, this is gonna be lethal for us next turn. Very tough position here, I guess. Temple Garden doesn't help either. Attacking doesn't really do much for us here. It has enough blocks to survive. Alright, let's go to combat. And I think it's worth trying to attack using 1 and 2. This way Heartless Raptor is definitely not dying since it gained counters from Bastard Cut. Blocks like this. Alright. I guess past turn, I have to deal with Niv-Mizzet here. Dromoka's command would be great. Fatal Push on the Mentor. So we get 2 life, that's great. We get 5 counters on the Ocelot. So, I mean, really? I have to decide. Alright. So Heartless Raptor gets killed instead. We get 4 counters on the Ocelot. Ballista would be great here. Place the Ur again. Gets a land. Another Ur. Gets another land. Not sure why am I at 10. I should be at 6, or 8 rather. Yeah, my bad. That's gonna exile the experiment 1. Let's see, 5 counters. Alright. Taken 6. I guess not. And then it's out of turn. Okay. Hardened Scales. That doesn't help us much right now. Let's go game. Let's go to game 3. Sideboard. I need the avatars. Unfortunately, playing against Niv-Mizzet without avatars is difficult, especially we're being on the play right now. And on the play, I will let go of the Thought Seizes. Maybe include Scavenging Ooze too. No, let's keep it this way. Draw 7. We got 4 lands. We have Belt Collector, Conclave, and Dromoka's Command. I'll keep this. Bloom and Marsh, Belt Collector pass. Fable Passage. Okay, Mana Confluence. That's good. We lose one of that. Play Conclave Mentor. Get 2 counters. Go to combat, swing for 3. Got a Plains with his Fable Passage. So he must have a green source in hand. Stomping Grounds. Voice of Resurgence. Okay, we got a Forest. Could kill the Voice of Resurgence here and attack for 6. Get rid of that. Gets an Elemental. It's only a 1/1. And then we attack him for 7. Down to 8. Pass the turn. Being aggressive here helps out a little bit. He's only going to be at 3 lands. Could play Uro, I guess, this turn. They'll put him up at 11. Mana Confluence, okay. Taps 2 for another Voice of Resurgence. Got a Bastard Cut. Would be great if not for the wrong lands here. Matter of fact, play this instead. Let's see, attacking here with a Conclave Mentor. That's a 2/2, that's a 2/2. Well, we're gonna attack with both. Swing 7. Double block. Sure thing. So we get to kill both of these. Belt Collector is gonna get a counter. He's gonna take 3. Pass the turn. Having Belt Collector is great here, but we need to get another white source, play Bastard Cat, and then we can start putting up some more damage, since Belt Collector is going to have trample. Goes down to 4, other end. Mana Confluence. Pass the turn. That could have been a turn earlier. That would have been pretty good. Maybe even good game. Oh, he should have gotten 4 life, right? Ah, can't type. 4 life from the mentor. Okay, so he got no Mizzet. Voice of Resurgence to Fairy. And that's it. I gotta remember that this thing gives life. Keep forgetting about that. Keep treating it as a wine constructor, but it has an additional effect. Okay, Bastard Cat goes down to 2. Pelt Collector. Oops. Set time says he's gonna kill the Bastard Cat here. And most probably he won't even have to use New Mizzet for that. And to Fairy on top of that. So this is gonna be a bounce. And that's gonna die. It takes 6 down to 14. No Mizzet is still a tough matchup, and a long one in that too. Bastard Cat. I mean, I have no choice. That's the only thing I can do here. And we're still on a 2-turn clock just from the Mizzet. Alright. Is that attacking me? Sure. Oh my. He's way far ahead. We're essentially empty boarded just to see what the couple of next cards are gonna be. Doesn't really do drawing them one by one. Good games. Alright, so no Mizzet is still a problem. It always was. It's a tough deck to play against. I feel like this deck is lacking a lot of removal, so maybe we should go to 4 Jamoka's commands. Maybe drop the Assassin's Trophies here, or drop the Back to Nature, and maybe put in Bastard Cat into sideboard. It's still all under question. I have a couple of other different ideas for the Abzan Scales. We should definitely try the other versions later. So maybe next week we'll do another one of these interesting streams where we test out new cards and see how new cards do in terms of playability overall. So whoever was watching today, thank you very much for joining the stream. Make sure to follow, sub, and check out the YouTube channel. If you're not subbed to the YouTube channel, definitely sub there. There is a quality content there as well. All of the past streams, you can see them there. They're usually in a slightly more organized way than on Twitch. And about the next stream, it's not going to be a stream tomorrow. We will probably do a stream on Sunday. I will post a update on the offline screen on Twitch, so you'll be able to see it tomorrow. There's going to be a stream on Sunday, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this is helpful and as interesting for you as it was for me. See you till the next stream.